Hi, I am Mark, and in this short free presentation I will reveal a weird secret formula that I stumbled upon by accident. This very formula will give you the power to make any woman desire you so badly that she will experience an intense and almost uncontrollably overwhelming urge to be with you all the time. I'll show you how to use this secret formula and make any woman feel a special kind of attraction which is so emotionally addictive that she will want to be with you, and only you, till the end of time. But before I get to it, I want you to stop whatever else you're doing right now and pay very close attention to this presentation, because it's not going to remain online for too long. This presentation contains controversial secrets, which can do a lot of good or a lot of harm depending on how it's used. Therefore, I don't know how long this video will remain online. I can almost guarantee that this is nothing like anything you've heard or seen before. So make sure you watch it right now while it's still available. At the end of this presentation, you'll find yourself shocked and amazed in a good and a bad way. I'll explain why in a moment, but before that, I want to tell you something that you probably aren't aware of yet. Do you know that there's a timeless, secret formula known to less than 1% of some very rare men on this planet, which can make any woman literally obsess over you regardless of your looks, age, or financial condition? I want you to take a deep breath right now and imagine something for a second. Imagine feeling sweet tingles in your stomach when you finally witness the same super hot girl who didn't want to be with you and even told you that she doesn't see you as more than a friend literally turn into an obsessive stalker who won't leave you alone and yearns for you so badly that she can't sit straight. Imagine how powerful you will feel when you can give a woman strong adrenaline spikes on the very first date and make her heart literally freeze and pound at the very sight of you. Just imagine a first date where a blisteringly hot girl is sitting nervously in front of you and keeps biting her lips trying to think of the right thing to do. Imagine her sitting there with a restless posture, planning and obsessing over every detail, and struggling to string a sentence together because she doesn't want to screw up her chances with you. Imagine feeling the sensation of pure joy rushing through your bones when the same hard-to-get woman tells you that you're the perfect guy for her, and with a loving glare of a puppy dog in her eyes, literally begs you to become her boyfriend. Imagine how good you will feel when this same woman tells you how badly she wants to be with you, and how she will turn into this hopeless wreck without you. Imagine how relieved you will feel when the very woman who dumped you for another man tells you how irresistible she finds you now. Imagine her wanting you so badly that she starts chasing you like crazy and desperately wishes to hold you, touch you, feel you, and get close to you once again. Just imagine how envious and red-faced other men will be when they burn with unwanted rounds of jealousy watching you effortlessly make any woman go ridiculously crazy for you with red-hot and almost raw desire. Imagine the surprising look on their face when they see you making extremely super hot and almost impossible to get women emotionally yearn for you with so much intensity that it's almost too good to be true. I'll show you exactly how to make any woman desire you so intensely and deeply that she will depend on you like a fish depends on water. She will feel an almost electrical frenzy of attraction for you and will find herself almost enslaved by your raw magnetism. In fact, this formula is so powerful that it makes a woman experience a subconscious level of addiction to you. She wouldn't want to stop, and it just wouldn't be within her control. I'll show you how to evoke certain feelings in her mind and body, which will make her feel utterly addicted and hooked to you and only you. Her stomach will do somersaults in excitement when she experiences a pool of intense desire rise up in her body at the very thought of you. Don't be surprised if a woman craves your love like a newborn baby craves his mother after you discover this formula. And the best part is, this formula is so damn simple that you will feel almost silly for not having discovered it earlier. Sounds impossible, right? I can almost see you sitting there shaking your head in disbelief, and I don't blame you for it. After all, what I've said is hard to believe and even sounds impossible right now. But I want you to suspend your disbelief for 5 minutes and watch this presentation till the very end. What you're going to discover in this presentation will be one of the most important things you'll ever learn. My name is Mark Raymond, and I am not some big relationship guru or a psychologist with a fancy PhD to my name. In fact, I am an everyday, average guy. And here's a true story that makes me feel a little bit stupid when I think about it now. I am what anyone would call the common man, which also means that most of my life has followed a constant path of having to settle for less than what I desire. Right since childhood, I knew that I wouldn't amount to much in life. I was full of insecurities, my looks being the biggest one. I had a very odd-looking nose. Not only did it have a very weird shape, but it was long and stood out. The first thing anyone noticed when they looked at me was indeed my nose. I still remember a certain incident very vividly. I was around 13 years old when this girl in my class said, "Ew, your nose looks like a parrot's beak," and the whole class laughed out loud. I felt an extreme sense of anxiety and a huge lump in my throat. I wanted to cry, but it meant that everyone would laugh at me even more. I immediately got up from my seat and ran to the exit. I ran as hard as I could with tears flowing down my face and went into the washroom. I stayed there for the next several minutes and cried it out. People referred to me as the parrot after that point, just because my nose looked like a parrot's beak. I became the laughingstock of my school for this very reason, and you can imagine what kind of damage this did to my overall self-esteem. Now I want to fast forward the story to a time when I was 24. I still remember that day very vividly. I was on the phone with my girlfriend with tears burning down my face, literally pleading and begging her not to leave me. She told me that she was never in love with me. She had a year-long affair with this guy named Andre, but could never tell me. She felt that there was no other way to do this, said sorry, and hung up the phone. She never responded to my calls or messages after that point. The moment she hung up, it felt as if someone punched me in my stomach really hard. I was shell-shocked. I felt dizzy. I believe that was my first official panic attack. I was about to collapse, but grabbed onto a chair to balance myself. With whatever energy I had left, I called up a friend and asked him to get me some help. I was admitted to the hospital for the next few days, and doctors confirmed that it was a panic attack. I couldn't believe what she had done to me. I was still in denial. Some part of me still believed that she is probably joking and will come back home soon, but that was never going to happen. Never. I don't think you'll be interested in what happened after that, so I'll fast forward to the part which you will be interested in. In the coming months, my situation went from bad to worse to absolutely awful. I looked like I hadn't eaten in ages, lost my job because I couldn't gather the energy to go out daily, and still obsessively thought about my ex-girlfriend. One day, while lying on the bed, certain thoughts started to enter my mind. Thoughts of my childhood and how girls used to make fun of me. Thoughts of how I used to get shaky legs around girls, how I always thought that I wasn't good enough. And then something hit me. A part of my mind said, things are bad because you let them get bad. Something inside me said, you are better than this. They say that out of desperation comes liberation. This experience did both for me. I promised myself that I'll never ever let this happen to me again. Ever. I vowed to get this area of my life fixed once and for all. So in the coming days, I read hundreds of books, bought tons of courses, and studied everything there is to study relating to dating and women. But then, while going through a specific course, I came across a weird psychological secret. In fact, it was so weird that I never thought it would work. But a part of me wanted to give it a try. So one day, while I was out with my buddies, I saw this super hot girl sitting all by herself at a table. She was wearing a little red dress and was constantly looking at her phone. I figured she was waiting for someone. But then something inside me said, go approach her. Try out that trick on her. Without thinking much, I nervously went up to her and introduced myself. What happened next didn't just surprise me, but completely blew me away. Within 5 minutes of conversation, she gave me her phone number and told me she'd be waiting for my call. I thought it must be a fluke, so I tried it on more women. That night I got 4 phone numbers and kissed one girl. I was on top of the world. I thought to myself, how in the world can it be so easy? I felt a sense of relief, but also a sense of regret for not having discovered this secret earlier. In the coming weeks, I used this exact secret to get more phone numbers and get physically close to 3 ladies. I'll spare you the details. I now had the perfect formula for attracting any woman I wanted, and knew exactly what to say and do to make her feel literally addicted to me. I shared this exact secret with some of my buddies. At first they laughed and said that it's stupid, but once they tried it, they too were blown away with the results. At this point, I was being referred to as an expert, and guys were coming to me for advice, as funny as that sounds, but one thing was a fact. I had figured out how to teach any man to become that 1 in a million man a woman would do anything to be with. But none of this is new or even recent. In fact, these secrets have existed for thousands of years. Have you ever wondered why women run after certain men and avoid the rest? Why is it that women treat certain guys with almost little to no respect and feel no attraction for them, while the same woman would make a complete fool out of herself chasing after another man who isn't even that good-looking, rich, or smart? Why is it that some men have absolutely no trouble attracting and keeping even the hottest of women, while the rest struggle? Why is it that some men can easily get any woman to become their girlfriend while the rest can't even convince one? Why is it that some men know how to get what they truly want from a woman with little to almost no effort, while others almost always complain about how they spin their wheels endlessly without getting anywhere? Now you might say that they're just lucky, but that's not true. These men understand something about women which the majority of men out there have no idea about. Do you know that every woman has a collection of attraction switches, and the moment you trigger these switches, you can literally make her dance to your tunes? Once you understand how to use these triggers, you will have her literally bend to your will. This powerful ability will cause women to be super interested in you, even if you are bald, fat, and financially average. I figured that any man who understands these secrets and knows how to push this psychological button has no trouble making women hopelessly fall hard for him, making any woman do almost anything to please him, getting what they want from a woman without even trying. On the other hand, men who don't understand this often think hot and sexy women only go for rich, successful, and handsome men, find themselves settling for average women because they don't think they can do any better, find themselves getting emotionally used by women, and are constantly pushed into the friend zone. In fact, understanding this very thing is so important that if you don't, a woman might be forced to get distant, find reasons to avoid you, and will feel the need to cheat on you. And you'll have absolutely no clue why she's doing such hurtful things. Alright, now let me share the secret sauce with you, the exact step-by-step formula which I've used to help hundreds of men become almost irresistible girl magnets. This formula contains 2 very simple steps. Step 1. You have to appeal to the emotional side of a woman's mind. Every human has 2 minds. The conscious mind, which follows logic, and then the unconscious mind, which follows emotion. Our conscious mind is within our active control, while the unconscious mind is not within our active control. The conscious mind deals with our thoughts, while the unconscious mind is responsible for generating feelings and emotions. That's why it's also called the emotional mind. Whenever there is a battle between the conscious and the unconscious mind wins, hands down. In other words, emotion outweighs logic every single time. Once you appeal to the emotional part of a girl's mind, you'll be able to make her literally dance to your tunes, since the emotional mind isn't within a human being's control. You'll be able to trigger feelings of love and affection within her mind, and she'll have absolutely no idea how you're doing it. She'll just feel this strong inner urge to be around you as much as possible, and will miss you dearly whenever she is away from you. On the other side of the spectrum, have you ever wondered why girls fall out of love and start disliking the very person they loved dearly? It doesn't happen because a person logically decided to stop loving their partner. It happened because on a deeper emotional level, that very person is getting these nasty feelings, which are forcing them to distance themselves from their partner. The unconscious mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you sow, you will eventually reap. Men who are successful with women have a habit of installing a very positive image of themselves in a girl's mind. Once you do that, a girl will feel these strong inner urges to be with you, and she will find it impossible to think of any other man but you. Step 2. Program her subconscious mind to only experience pleasurable feelings around you. Now this is the big and most important step. This is where all the magic happens. Have you ever seen a woman go crazy after a man that she almost acts like a stalker and can't stop herself? Why is she doing that? This is because during certain situations, a woman's system experiences a heavy surge of hormones commonly known as the pleasure hormones. They are so addictive that a person forgets all logic and keeps going in the direction of their goal. The good news is that you can trigger these same pleasure hormones in a woman's body and make her feel almost an uncontrollable addiction towards you. Whenever she will be around you, she will only experience emotions such as desire, attraction, excitement, and will even find herself wanting, needing, and craving your love like a little kid craves it from his mother. She will squirm with this strong inner desire for you, which will send a jolt of blood rushing through her body that will force her to feel an almost biologically driven desire for you. She will constantly be emotionally hungry, and you will be her fix. You will become the source of her emotional fulfillment. Without you, she will be like fish without water. In fact, just doing this one thing alone will make her fixate on you so deeply that no other man will be able to satisfy this intense inner urge she will experience, and as a result, she will have no other man to go to but you. She will subconsciously feel the urges to do nice things for you, In fact, she will get a lot of pleasure out of making you happy. And not only this, you will become so important to her that she will feel like you're 100 times more interesting in comparison to every other better-looking, smart, and rich man out there. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, Mark, I understand that I need to appeal to the emotional part of a girl's mind and program her to feel pleasurable feelings around me, but I don't know how to do it. I'd like to show you the exact step-by-step blueprint on how you can easily appeal to the emotional side of your girl's mind, knowing it will turn you into this girl magnet who will have women absolutely drooling over him. Also, none of this is hard. In fact, it's so easy that you'd kick yourself for not having discovered this earlier, but before I get to it, I need to warn you. What I will show you is very useful and dangerous at the same time. It's like being handed a sharp knife. You can use it to cut vegetables, and you can also use it to stab someone. So I hope you use this responsibly and only for good purposes. Since I cannot help you face-to-face, I've done the next best thing. I've put my magic secrets into an easy-to-follow step-by-step manual I call Magical Tactics. I have laid out the step-by-step instruction on what you should do in every specific situation you may encounter with a woman. I have covered each and every aspect of women and dating. No, it's not a set of some voodoo lines most guys try on women, which often gets them slapped across the face. It's jam-packed with kick-ass information which is absolutely vital. This information is so important that, if ignored, might shatter your chances of ever being good with women. Other men will envy you because you'll be able to indirectly encourage a woman to do what you want her to do without anyone else seeing it. It will be like being handed over an invisible remote control to her mind. You will press buttons and she will dance. Trust me, this is one chance you can't afford to miss. These are the secrets which are not taught in any class, discussed in any book, or shared anywhere else. It's an absolute must-know for you, period. Here's what you'll learn. A super advanced, innovative technique guaranteed to spark enormous attraction within seconds. Women will be flocking to you like bees flock to honey after you know this. An earth-shattering psychological tactic which will literally force women to choose you over guys who are better looking or make more money than you. Master this and you will have an unfair advantage over most men. A simple set of magical lines which will have a girl stop whatever she was doing and focus on you. She won't be able to pull away because she won't want to. Finally exposed, how you are killing your own success with women and you don't even know it. Trust me, this is one thing you definitely don't want to miss at any cost. The most vital personality traits every woman desperately wants in her man. Master these and no woman will ever say no to you. Surprisingly, most men aren't even aware of these. You will discover an amazing, life-changing secret that only the best of the best out there know. Use this and you will never struggle in the department of women, ever. A never-heard-before formula that will get any woman strongly obsessed with you. She won't be able to help but think about you when you aren't around. A simple step-by-step formula which will help you pick up women without even saying a single word. She would be forced to feel strong attraction towards you, and you won't even have to open your mouth. How to get into her mind like an addictive virus. You no longer need to worry about a girl forgetting about you after she gives you her number. She will anxiously wait for your call like a geeky school kid waits for exam results. A proven method to amplify attraction to the point where a girl would literally beg to be with you. This generates massive amounts of attraction, which gives her "I have to have him" type of feeling. How and why women test men. Plus, I'll demonstrate a secret way to pass all her tests. The best part is she'll be more and more addicted to you with each test you pass, because most guys fail in this area. A surefire way to give any woman that addictive rush of adrenaline where she would be driven almost crazy about you. This is what keeps them coming back for more and more. Follow these simple techniques and you will never struggle with getting women attracted to you. Scared of approaching women? Here's a top exercise which will shatter all your fears within seconds and make you a fearless approach machine. Once you click to this, you'll be able to start conversations anytime, any place, and with any woman you choose that will have her writing down her phone number within minutes. You'll be blown away at how fast this actually works. A deadly trap most men get stuck in during the first few minutes around a woman. Once you are stuck here, there's absolutely no way you will ever get out of it. This can ruin your chances with the girl forever. Don't even think about missing this. A little-known psychological trick which makes a woman worry that she is about to lose you. This literally forces her to pursue you harder than ever before. Women will bend to your will after you know this one. Expose the big secret behind getting a woman addicted to you for life. Do this right and she will never think about going to another man. I just can't wait to tell you this one. Hint, this is something all women unconsciously search for in every single man they meet. How to easily shatter competition from other guys and make the girl choose you over every other guy. This will magnetically pull women towards you even when other guys are trying their hardest. How most guys kill their own chances when they compliment a woman. This can be the kiss of death in your conversations with women. I'll show you how to give her what I call the cocktail compliment that will make her feel absolutely euphoric around you. The big secret no relationship book will ever tell you about how women think. This is something no woman wants any man to know. Once you discover this, it will be guaranteed that you will never get rejected again. The shocking truth behind why women always say yes to certain guys and no to the others. Once you understand this, you'll be stunned when that girl who always said no asks you to take her out. This is guaranteed to amaze you. And that's not even half of what I have in store for you. Just imagine how great your life is going to be when you completely understand how to tackle various situations with a woman and always come out on top. Imagine how relieved you will feel when you know what to say and do to get the results you actually want, instead of mindlessly trying one thing after another only to face more frustration and disappointment. So now, I want to know, what is it really worth to you to have this kind of power at your disposal? Millions of men spend hundreds of dollars on expensive dinner dates, mindlessly buy gifts to impress women, and spend thousands on gym memberships, protein supplements, and other useless things to become more appealing to women. And if you add it all up, it would come to several thousands of dollars. So what do you think would be a fair price for my system? I think $297 would be fair considering the benefits you get for the rest of your life. But you aren't going to pay $297. You aren't even going to pay $197. Heck, you won't even have to pay $97. By ordering today only through this presentation, you'll get the entire Magical Tactics system for only $47. And listen to this, I am so confident that my manual will transform your life completely and turn you into a man who will be literally worshipped by any woman that I am willing to take all the risk. You can try out my manual for the full 60 days, and if for any reason it doesn't work for you or you aren't satisfied with it, just send me an email and I'll give you a 100% refund and you can keep the manual anyway. No one will ever make a promise like that unless they know that what they are offering will work with 100% certainty. So you really can't lose with this. Alright, now this is what I want you to do next. Click on the Add to Cart button below this video, and you'll be taken to a secure order page where you can fill in your payment details using a credit card, debit card, or PayPal. Once that is done, you'll be taken to a download page where you can have instant access to the manual and start reading it 5 minutes from now. But wait, I need to let you know that I am planning on raising the price of my manual to $97, as I've been told by some folks that my system is heavily underpriced. So I can't guarantee how long this will be available at $47. If you leave this page now, I can't promise that you'll be able to get it at $47 again, so grab it while it's still available. Plus, if you choose to invest in my program right now, I'll also add the audio version of the manual worth $97, absolutely free, which you can download to your PC, tablet, or phone and start listening to right away. Alright, now you've seen and heard a lot in this presentation. If you've got this far, then you really have 3 things you can do. Thing number 1, leave this page and completely forget about what you saw or heard. Go back to living your life the way you've always lived and pray and hope that someday you might get lucky with women. If that's what you're planning, then I wish you all the best. Thing number 2, you're probably thinking about using the free advice you got from this presentation and doing it all on your own, which can definitely work for you, but there's a very high chance that you might struggle without knowing the right how-to steps. You could see short-term results, but it might not be permanent. Thing number 3, you can stay on this page, hit the Add to Cart button below, download the manual, and let me take you by the hand and guide you step by step through the whole process and put you on the fast track to massive success. And you understand that you have absolutely zero risk as you have a full 60 days to try the system, so this should be a very easy decision for you. There are 2 types of people on this planet, the spectators and the players. The spectators are the people who only watch things happen. This is the group which suffers the most in life because they don't make things happen. Rather, things happen to them, usually really bad things. They sit and watch as life passes them by. They only hope and wish that someday things would be better, but nothing ever changes. And then you have the players. This is a select group of people who make things happen, who live a life full of abundance and happiness because they act on the opportunities provided to them instead of sitting there and letting it pass them by. Do you know what percentage of people are actual players? You'd be surprised. It's only 3%. The rest, 97%, are spectators. So it's no wonder that so many people lead a life of silent desperation. I want to ask you, which category are you in? Are you a player or are you a spectator? Here's the bitter truth. Problems that are not resolved today will most likely never be resolved. A majority of men spend months and years living in a nightmarish situation, praying and hoping that someday things will change. The reality is that it won't. If you keep on doing what you've always done, you'll keep on getting what you've always got. And here's the sad part. Most men refuse to get help. They sort of stick to their own personal theories and ideas. They take the old hidden trial route and struggle year after year to eventually end up heavily frustrated and hopeless. Why would you follow the hidden trial route when there are proven step-by-step secrets out there which will get you out of your misery and put you on the fast track to success? It's possible to create near instant change in your life if you know exactly how to tackle various situations effectively, and that's exactly what I will show you in my program. I have done all the hard work for you. All you really have to do now is to download the manual and apply the strategies in your life. Still skeptical? No problem. Let me address some frequently asked questions. When will I receive the Magical Tactics Manual? You will receive the book right away after order. It's an ebook in PDF format. That means you can instantly download it to your hard drive and start reading it 5 minutes from now. How easy is that? Nothing is sent to your home, and you will be billed by ClickBank for your privacy. Your transaction will be 100% secure and private. What if for some reason it doesn't work for me? As far as my experience goes, that is next to impossible. By reading my manual, you'll be giving yourself an unfair advantage over 99% of the guys out there. In fact, you'll have a full 60 days to test it out. Therefore, you have nothing to lose. How fast will I get results? One of my students started getting phone number after phone number within 24 hours of reading the manual, so results could be seen right away. What if I have some extra questions about the magical tactics? No problems. In fact, that would be even better. I would love to assist you personally if you have any extra questions. You will be provided special contact details in the download page where you can easily get answers to any questions you might have. Listen, you have nothing to lose and the rest of your life to enjoy the unparalleled power you get with your relationships. Grab hold of this opportunity right now before it's too late. Just imagine how great your life would be if you had the ultimate power to get any girl to like you within seconds. You never have to face rejection again, ever. Get total control of your emotions and never feel scared of approaching attractive women. Be the guy women would literally fight over. You can order and download the Magical Tactics Manual for just $47, with a rock-solid guarantee that you will get successful with women or you will get a full, no-questions-asked refund. You have nothing to lose. You are at zero risk with my manual. Either you get good at picking up beautiful women or you get your money back without any questions. I mean, how better can this actually get for you? Click on the Add to Cart button below this video and I'll see you on the inside.